All right, I think we're live. Hey guys, sorry we're just a few minutes late today getting started. Been finishing up putting my new roof on the house all day, and I'm exhausted. But I did manage to have time to shower real quick before doing this. So, in any case, we'll go ahead and jump. Sorry, I got something in my eye right before I was about to get started, and I thought I got rid of it, but now it's bugging me again. Go figure. In any case, we're gonna start off today by going over the news first. I'll mention some things that were brought up in the comments from last week, as well as maybe any new kind of tidbits of information I have on mods that are being worked on and whatnot. So let's start. Let me pull up the comments from last time and see if there was anything worthy of mentioning. A lot of it had to do with running on UE5. People seem to have strong opinions about that. Somebody was asking about Yagdom. So this was actually going to be one of the points of news I was going to mention. I forgot there was a comment about it. So apparently there's a beta version that's being tested of Yagdom currently. It is still being worked on, although Empress Daystar is quite busy, as most people are. I can understand that. So the work has slowed a little bit, and that's why we haven't gotten anything. But supposedly it has been being worked on. From what I'm told, there's a beta version that's being tested. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully we do have an update to Yagdom coming out soon. I didn't think we were going to, so that's a bit of a surprise, but a happy surprise because I do enjoy that mod. And if you're like me and you really enjoy the super heavies from Yagdom, I mean, honestly, they're the only super heavies I really like. So a few of them, not even all of them, but my favorite ones are in that mod. I would really like to be able to continue using it. So anyways, and actually it's the super heavy from the thumbnail for these weekly the mods weekly rundown. That super heavy mech in the thumbnail is from Yagdom, for those of you that didn't know that already. I got a lot of questions about that from the very first one where I used that thumbnail. So yeah, news about Yagdom. Hopefully we will get a new version of that before too long. I know some of you were looking forward to that, so good news there. Yet another obscure weapon. Somebody was asking about that. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was another one of the mods by Little Tex. He did the revamped weapons, revamped quirks and equipment mods. Those are no longer being updated, as far as I know. So I didn't think obscure weapon was either. However, there was someone who mentioned that the yet another weapon complete edition, which I guess is being worked on currently, will include yet another obscure weapon. And it could be ready soon, according to them. So if you're looking for that, we may be getting something with that real soon as well. They might do yeah, and that was about it as far as anything from the comments that I wanted to mention. So let's go ahead and run into what's new this week. There's not a lot. It all fits on one. I didn't set the 7 days. It all fits on one page. So not a whole lot to go over. I went ahead and opened some of them. Because I was running a little bit late, I went ahead and jumped on before actually reading through these to see what the updates were. As you can see, I did not get them updated. Real quick about the co-op play. Some of you guys watch the co-op stream that we do Thursday nights. We did not have it this last Thursday, although we meant to. There were technical issues on Nightshade's part, so you can blame him. Hopefully we'll be playing this next week, though, or this week. Yeah, and then the following week after this week will be Thanksgiving, so we won't be playing that week. So I'm really hoping we get to play this week so we get one more in before the holiday. So that being said, for the co-op play, also, we are not updating mods for the most part. If a big important update comes out or something that fixes a bug that we are encountering comes out, we will probably update. But in any case, so I didn't update my mods. I have not started recording because I was working on my roof all weekend, yesterday and today, because we're supposed to get snow tonight. I was really rushing to get the new roof. I had already taken the old roof off. I needed to get the new roof on. The metal was just delivered on Friday. So yeah, I was busy. Didn't get a chance to start recording the new episodes for the single player career, but it looks like the weather might be pretty bad tomorrow and maybe the next day, so I probably won't be working too much then. So I'm gonna try and squeeze in recording the first couple episodes during the week this week. If I do, I'll go ahead and publish those and put them on the channel as soon as possible, as soon as they're uploaded. So you can look forward to that. If I don't get anything out this week, we will definitely start next week. I will have time to do that by next week. So for those of you looking for the single player career playthrough, the new season of that will be starting shortly. So I think that was all the news and everything that I wanted to get out. So let's go ahead and jump into the mods. Let's see, the Zatara Super Heavy Mechs. This had an update. I'm not sure what it did though. Tech-based all mechs, many changes or fixes to default loadouts. There you go. That's probably worth picking up then. Sorry, getting a phone call from the restaurant that my wife is going to pick up food from right now. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, so that was it for this one. Beyond that, we had Von Hud. So let's go to Von Hud, see what he usually has you go to the... No, I guess not for this one. All info. Oh, yeah, all info on my website. So I was going to say, usually you got to go to his website. Yeah, he didn't put anything in there, did he? Okay, let's go to the website and check out, because I am curious what was added here. No, I just need that whole thing. Okay. Let's see. Version 12. Fixes and improvements back on official MechWarrior 5 DLC 7 compatibility. So there were still, I had a feeling there were still some issues between Von Hud and DLC 7. But it sounds like he's resolved that now. So, what's new in Von Hud 12? Von Commander has been widely improved. Zooming now tilts the camera, and you can zoom closer in. Furthermore, movement speeds and many other parameters have been overhauled. Click areas on units are now scaling with unit size, and drop-ins, battlefield supplies for airstrike points, now check the slopes of potential placement areas for avoiding overlaps a little bit better. Nice improvements there to the Von Commander interface. I don't use it that much. I like playing in first person, but if you're one of those that likes the old Mech Commander style of play, the Von Commander is really a nice way to do that. Seriously? Go lay down. Why does the dog always pick now to be annoying when I'm live? Go figure. General hotkey notes, you can read through those if you want. Changes and updates. ASF compatibility. Is this still all the new stuff? I guess it is. Okay. Cycle zoom button working for zoom now. Zoom. Restored visual effects working again. Current bump items required and not overridden by any light. Due to PGI. Yeah, okay. I was trying to see. I don't know if either of these are dealing with the zoom bug that we get in co-op all the time. Doesn't sound like they do. I don't know. I think these are, let's see, yeah, Von Hud. It may be the cycle zoom button thing. Maybe that was it'll fix it. I really hope something fixes that soon, because that's a really annoying bug for when we're playing in co-op. Seriously? Can you relax? I'm a little busy. Go lay down. Go on. Okay. Now maybe it'll calm down. But yeah, anyways, there you go. Update on Von Hud. The next major update was going to be yet another weapon. And again, I didn't have time to look at this. Hyper Assault Gauss cooldown for player. And AI, really, this time. Okay, so doing what supposedly it did last time, but for real this time. There you go. Yet another legendary mech had another update. I think we've had one like almost every single week, huh? He keeps busy. Added one legend to DLC 7 missions. This is pretty early, so I need to see where I could fit maybe one or two others. Since this is an invasion, I don't think I'll give these ones for free. If they appear as salvage, get them. Otherwise, they will still appear elsewhere. Okay. Overhaul the Marauder 2C, redid its hotbox and cockpit a little bit, mostly because it's a broken window in the big. Okay. Move, get another legendary mech executioner to DLC 7 cockpit. Okay. I have my doubts if anyone using this mod doesn't have DLC 7 at this point. Yeah. But if there's enough people, I might swap back to MW cockpits for those without the DLC. Blah. Okay. So nothing major there. Probably the biggest deal is the legend to the DLC 7 missions. And the executioner, maybe, if you care about that. Yeah. So not much. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for the important updates or updates to mods that I'm actually using. Other stuff this week. Let's take a look at what's new. Date published. That's what I wanted. Nothing. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't look like at a glance there was anything new, but I wanted to make sure that's not what I wanted. Last updated what I wanted. So, other updates this week. We got Modders Resource Pack. We got adjustable weapons. I still need to check that out. I haven't heard anything from any of you guys about it, but I've still been meaning to check that out. Pilot Pony. I guess if that's your thing. Extended negotiations, that could be fun if you want the game to be easier. Yet another Corvids, bunch of Raven mechs, so that got an update. Phoenix Hawk 2C. So I thought this was new. I guess it actually came out a couple months ago, but it did get update. This model is pretty cool though. I just want to go to this real quick and show you guys, because I don't think I've ever actually looked at it. That's a pretty cool model for Phoenix Hawk 2C. I really like the cannons there in the shoulders. But and it had a black paint. Yeah, there you go. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I might have to check that out. It's not even a classic mech, I think. It's just a different model inspired by the redesigned miniature model. So I guess there's a new miniature model for the tabletop, and this design is inspired by that. Looks pretty cool to me. So if you're interested in a different looking Phoenix Hawk 2C, there you go. Expanded company logos had an update. Expanded pilots had an update. This is a mod. I don't think I've ever talked about this one before. It's very old at this point. But basically, this adds in 249 new pilots to the game. So if you want a whole bunch more pilots to play with, check that out. I haven't actually looked at it myself. Let me see. What kind of pilots is it giving you? Sorry, my internet is running a little slow tonight, which is odd. I did restart my computer right before this and did a slight update, so I was hoping that would fix it, but it still seems to be running just a bit slow. Not as bad as it was, though. Could also just be my internet. So yeah, these are pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Some of them. I like some of them. Looks like a lot of AI stuff, though, right? Maybe. I'm sure some of you are a lot better at, and some of it just looks like it's from like other games and stuff, maybe, but yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so there you go. Extended pilots. Check it out if you want to. It got an update recently. I don't know when the last update before this was, because I don't know if I've ever seen this mod. So, animation rework, all DLCs. I've mentioned this one before. Had an update this week as well. Let me see what the update actually added. If I can freaking click on it. Update. He doesn't say. So, whatever. Anyways, it got an update. So if you're using that, probably want to download that update. All right, now. Still live. Yep, sorry, I'm gonna catch up on the comments here real quick. Looks like it's just Muschaos in here. Good to see you, man. Important bug note on traits. Weapon traits. Sorry, it's hard for me to read it off the other screen up there on the wall. Where was I? Weapon traits are not currently working. Bug on PGI's end. You're talking weapon traits. So you're talking about the pilot traits that are for specific weapons. I think that's what you're talking about. So they're not currently working. Okay. That's good to know. Hopefully that's fixed soon-ish. But since it's a PGI thing, who knows? They'll probably break more than they fix. Zatara Super Heavy is gonna have mech traits soon. I'm working on that right now, actually. Okay, cool. So again, traits for the pilots, I assume is what you're talking about there. Gonna have to find a way to manage these mods. Anton. What do you mean manage? So I use, and I don't know if you've seen this before, this program right here. This is oh shoot, what is it called? MW5 mod organizer, right? Yeah. This works pretty good because if you're using different sets of mods for different playthroughs or whatever, you can easily switch. So I got like my co-op version and then my single player. And I can switch between them very easily. It will disable whatever mods I'm not using for that specific set. Is that what you're talking about? Or update them easier? So have you tried the, what is it? The Steam? Is that what the other guys use? So I do everything manually. I always have. I don't know if I'm just a control freak or what, but I've never actually used anything that does like an automatic update. I know some of the other guys from our Thursday co-op, they use, it's the Steam one, I believe. And that one supposedly is supposed to automatically update, but I know they've had issues with it in the past. So you may have tried that and had issues yourself, but that's, as far as I know, there's not a lot of other options. I know the Nexus, program, whatever it's software, is not, I think I tried it once and I couldn't get it to work, so I don't know what's going on. I think I've heard that it just doesn't really work for MechWarrior. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I think that's what I heard. But yeah, this is pretty nice. I mean, it works really well. It's not what I've always used, but it's better than what I used to use. And what I used to use actually was creating issues in the background, so I'm not even going to mention it. It's not around anymore. If you can find it, good luck. It is actually still available in one place that I know of, but not easy to find. But yeah, this is pretty good, so I would recommend checking out. It's on Nexus, so just go on Nexus, search up MW5 mod organizer, and you'll find this. Download it. It's really simple. I did make a couple videos on how to use it, I think. At least one video. So the how to install mods video, I think, is where I went over this. It was either that one or the other one that I published around that same time that was the mods guide video. So check those two videos, and I talk about this a lot more in one of those two. I don't remember what, I believe it's the how to install mods video. So I'd highly recommend checking that out if you're interested. But yeah, I do it manually. I don't know. It takes a little bit more time, but you know, I check Nexus like once a week. Sundays work great. I do my stream on Sunday, so if you want to do it on Sunday too, you can check out the stream and see what's worth downloading. Then you don't even have to go on the website and check it out for yourself. But anyways, I do once a week, check the website, maybe a couple times a week. Depends how often I'm recording or playing at that time. But yeah, download whatever has been updated, and you know, like these, I can see what's been updated that I've previously downloaded. Now there's some mods I'm not currently using, like the Zatara Super Heavy Mechs. Wow, I can't talk tonight. I'm not currently using that. I plan to do kind of like a special super heavy playthrough because it adds a ton of super heavy mechs to the game, all based on you know, regular mechs. They're just supersized. So I don't think there's any custom models in there. Yeah, pretty sure not. But Must Chaos can answer more on that. Anyways, this one I'm not currently using, so I'm not downloading updates for it currently. When I do start using it, I'll just download whatever the latest version is at that time. I am currently using all three of these, so I would just come in and download the update for all three of those. So, you know, manually is not the worst. It takes a little bit more time, and you have to actually actively do it rather than just it's automatically being done in the background. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, the Nexus tracking, it makes it really, I don't know, were you using Steam previously or something? I don't know. I like Nexus, makes it fairly easy. I mean, now you still have to go in and actually manually unpack and install, or, you know, move the files over to the mods folder and all that stuff, which can be a little bit time consuming, but it is what it is. Nexus has a track. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Tracking capabilities to track all the yeah, and I've seen that. Where is that? I don't remember right now, but yeah, I've seen that before. So that's an option as well. And it'll alert you when there's updates, right? Check tracking daily to see when, or are you just talking about what I was talking about here? I thought they had something that would alert you when, like, send you a notification whenever there were updates to mods that you were watching or something. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know. I thought there was something somewhere. Maybe you have to create a mod list and then it will notify you whenever there's updates to that mod list. Not sure exactly. Yeah, I did miss a couple of the comments above. Let me check those. Yeah, okay. One of the peeps in the YAML Discord makes a Mercs mod manager. Most of YAML uses that. If they use one at all, I manage them all manually. Yeah. I like this one, and I don't remember who makes this one. I guess I could look it up real quick. Mod organizer. Yeah, it's this one right here. So Murloc. That name seems familiar. Why do I know that name? Maybe it's just from this. I don't. It could just be from this, but what else does he have? Because I feel like I have used other mods of his. Oh, I have used this one before. Although I did not. Well, no, I think it did work fine. I can't remember for sure, but oh, jump jet visuals. Yep, I've used that one before as well. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he's updated anything in quite a while. But this mod organizer tool is quite nice. And then as Muschaos said, there's one on the YAML Discord that I haven't tried it myself. I've heard of it, so that's also an option. But I find that this one works quite well actually, and is pretty smooth or simple. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's just user friendly. There you go. So let me scroll back down. I wasn't using Steam. I mainly wanted to know if there are updates available, which helps. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. Hopefully that answered your question. Gonna start playing the new DLC stuff this week. Not looking forward to being tossed into the clan. Yeah, it can be rough. Yeah, just play as reserved as possible. You want to be extremely cautious, and just use cover to your advantage. You're gonna have to restart missions a lot, most likely. Von Sighton, hey, good to see you, buddy. Always nice to see you make it to a stream. Anton, if it makes you feel any better, the DLC 7 campaign used to be harder. Was it? I thought it was harder now. Oh, you're talking about the beta. Ha! I should have kept reading. And the first mission was very spicy. It would have been cool to see the beta test, or try the beta for that, if I had more time on my hands. But yeah, oh, just because I see it, Von HUD 12 is out. Yep, we talked about that one already. I actually went to your website to see what the updates were. Looks like it's pretty cool. One question I had for you, Von Sighton, now that you mentioned it, I don't know if you've seen it, but in our co-op play on Thursdays, we've, for quite some time now, I don't know how long this has been going on, probably months at least. Probably most of this year at least. I don't remember when we first started seeing it, but there's a zoom bug. And so I don't know if you've seen us mention it. I think all of us except for the host get it occasionally. And it's just where the Von HUD zoom does not work anymore. Like, it gets kind of buggy and glitchy, and so you have to use you can't use the wheel. You have to click the button and it just goes through the standard 3 zooms. I don't know if you know anything about that, if it's actually a bug within Von HUD that's related to co-op, or if it's just something else, but I've noticed it only happens in co-op, and obviously it's affecting the zoom feature from Von HUD. So, but yeah, I did see you did some stuff with the zoom in the new update for version 12. So I was curious if that was going to affect it at all. It doesn't stop. Well, I don't really know how to explain it. So it like gets stuck zoomed in all the way. So you'll hit the wheel and it'll like flash the screen as if it's zooming out or whatever, but then it doesn't actually zoom out. Your view is still really zoomed in, and the only way to fix it is by clicking the button, clicking the wheel instead of scrolling it. Yeah, it's only in co-op. I've never seen it happen in single player. So I don't know. It's a little bit annoying, but usually restarting the mission fixes it. We usually just keep playing through it, and whoever is getting affected by it at that time just clicks the wheel instead of scrolling. But again, when you're clicking the wheel, it's like it's reverting back to the default, the vanilla zoom, because it only gives you 2 or 3 zoom level. I think it's 3 zoom levels, and that's it. It doesn't have all the different levels of zoom that you would have with the Von HUD typically. So, yeah. I haven't tried version 12 yet. So we will see. That's what made me think of it, because I saw in your notes for the new update that you had messed with the zoom a little bit. So I will have to report back to you and see if that affected it or not, or if we're still getting it. So hopefully we have the co-op play this Thursday. I mentioned this before, but I'll mention again for those of you that are in the stream now. Hopefully we have our co-op stream this Thursday. We're planning to, as long as everybody's machines are working properly and we can actually connect to each other. We will plan on doing that. So tune in for that, guys. Always good to see you there. And I think that's going to do it for today. What are we at? About 26 minutes. Yeah, that's about right. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh, I didn't really talk about... I can't remember if last week I talked about the new mods I was adding. So let me go over this real quick before we end the stream. These are, I believe this is our co-op play. So these are all the mods we're using right now for co-op play. I mentioned this last week, but again, if you're wondering what mods we're using in the co-op, because I don't show it actually in the streams. Will you stop? I'll let you out in a minute. There you go. That is the order. It's all default load order. Should be anyway. Sometimes they get a little mixed up when I update, but since I haven't updated, they should all still be in default order. So that's that. And then for the single player, let me show you what I'm planning on using for that. And actually, I haven't updated this list. So I'm going to be using energy shields, enhanced academies. I might... No, I'm not going to use delayed deadlines. I'm not going to use that. I am using that because I'm considering... Well, I might use it. We'll see. I haven't quite... Will you stop? Seriously? Go lay down. Go. Ranger. Go lay down. You can wait 5 minutes. Where was I? Even more advanced starts. Lord base Yetis. No, I don't. I might use that. I don't know. I guess because it's not part of YAML anymore. The jump ship animation skip. Better mission choices. I'm not using at the start, but I will probably eventually start using that. Co-op unlock. Don't do that. And revamped quirks. This is the quirk. It says quirks and equipment there. This is quirks only. Which should still work okay with current game version and everything. But you have to download the quirks only version, not the equipment. If you get the revamped equipment, or if you download revamped weapons, I believe you're going to get breaking things. So there you go for that. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but that's something we can do. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So that is more or less what I'm using right now for the single player playthrough. There are still a couple other mods that I'm looking at adding. So if I do, I will be sure to mention those to you guys probably next time, since I am planning on starting the new season, single player season soon, this week, hopefully. So I think that's everything I need to mention there. If you have any questions, though, as always, leave a comment, and or if you have any information about mods, new upcoming mods, updates that are being worked on for mods, anything like that, leave it in the comments. And just like I did today at the beginning of the stream, I will go over any information that I have so that you guys are all aware. Looking at your list, enhanced academies isn't needed with pilot overhaul eternal. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was. I knew I had something. I had to go back and look because I couldn't remember what it was. But, so it's not enhanced academies then. No. Are you sure? Is the well, yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'll check it out, and because I wasn't sure. That's the enhanced academies. There was a very specific reason why we were using that, and it was so that we could remove traits that we didn't want from pilots. Does Pilot Overhaul Eternal have that option already built into it? Because I didn't. Well, I could be lying my ass off here. I don't remember seeing it mentioned in the notes for Pilot Overhaul Eternal. That it allowed for removing traits, although it seems like a basic thing that you would want to allow, right? So does it? I thought the jump ship animation was... Is it in the vanilla game now? Like as a setting, you mean? Because we definitely still saw the jump ship animation when we were playing the new DLC. You can with Pilot Overhaul Eternal. Okay, awesome. So that's why I hadn't gotten to the point yet where we were actually messing with pilots, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, we will remove that one then. We won't need that. Von Seiten. Okay, news. Currently working on Von missions for patch compatibility. It should be there soon. Nice. I know a lot of people really like that mod, so that's good news. Working both co-op and single player as before, by the way. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that'll be cool. I will be sure to add that to my mod list once that update comes out then, because I do need to check out a lot of the new arenas. I never got a chance to before the DLC dropped. So I wanted to check those out. PoE has EA functionality included now. I've been using it. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, buddy. That's actually very helpful. I get to remove a mod from my playlist then. So I always like when I can remove mods, because it sucks having a ton of them. Yeah, okay. Did I get everything? I don't think I missed any other comments, did I? I'm just scrolling. It's way up there on the wall, so I'm trying to see. I guess I could move it down here to the screen, but that causes weird things with a continuum loop in my visual for OBS, since I'm reading it in OBS. Actually, I can drag it out. Let me bring it down here. That is way easier to see. You can tell I'm not really a streamer because I forgot that I could even pull that window out of OBS. So I think I got all the questions answered there. What mod manager is that? This is MechWarrior 5, whatever. I can't even think right now. Mods manager. Yeah, that's the MechWarrior 5 mods manager. You download it on Nexus. In fact, I brought it up right here. So there you go. That's it. I still had it up in the background. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long week. A long weekend of working on my roof, and I'm exhausted. So I'm going to go relax, play some Minecraft with my son before he goes to bed, and then have some dinner. I think since jump ship animation might still happen on DLC objective jumping, but shouldn't happen outside of that. Oh, okay, that's what it was then. Cool. Well, I'll probably get rid of that as well. I wasn't even going to use that mod, but Nightshade wanted to use it for our co-op because he was worried about the jump ship animation, I guess. So we all downloaded it. But yeah, if it's not needed, definitely not going to use it. Okay. Yeah, the jump ship animation is hard-coded for the DLC campaign. Oh, that makes sense, I guess. Actually, it doesn't, but I'm just going to say that anyways. Yeah. So, there you go, folks. I'm going to call it a day with that one. So, y'all have a good one, and hopefully I see you on Thursday for our co-op stream. And also see you next week for another weekly mods rundown.